Oh shit, I was muted. That's why. Fuck's sake. So, sorry, I was muted on my end. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Dummy. Might as well. It's only a minute in. We can catch up a bit. Can you guys hear now? I don't think they can move. No. Hold on. They cannot hear. And that is because... I know why. That's why. Let's try. There we go.
Actually...
I'm going to start it again.
Get a little bit more fluids and stuff in.
He's talking about his dad and whatnot. But anyway, here we go.
On the men,
sorry,
he's starting to be able to get up. No, he can't get up yet, but he's starting to move around. He's talking. Everything's good. They're just waiting on him to actually get a little bit more fluids and stuff into him so they can unhook him and hopefully send him home Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So again, I do appreciate your prayers on my dad. Everything is looking really good there. Now, on my second note, to remember to stand up and fight for your free speech or be prepared to lose it. Because here's the deal. Everybody knows what's going on in our country, and homosexuality has been portrayed as normalcy and like, oh, yeah, you know, you can choose to identify as what you want. Well, that's all a load of bull, caca, to say the least. So I'm all about science. I'm all about truth. I'm all about what God's word says. Not necessarily in that order, but again, you can.
And Sydney, I'm hearing everything twice.
And biology tells us that homosexuality is a natural. Biology tells us that there's no such thing as transsexualism. Transsexual.
YouTube channel.
You are either a male or a female. You're either born with XX chromosomes or XY chromosomes. There's no place in between. I don't care what your personal opinion is. There's no such thing. And if you think you have a problem, then you have a software problem, not a hardware problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was just reading an article about this one transsexual, as they identify as, that's had the third sex change operation in 10 years. You think that person's maybe a little conflicted? You wonder why? Because God has innately put in us the knowledge that we are either male or female. And there's no way around it. It's like denying truth. The law of non-contradiction. You can't be A and not A at the same time in the same way. Well, you can't be a man in a woman's body, since the biology will always be male. Caitlyn Jenner, as he calls him, Bruce calls himself now, and there's all kinds of jokes that can go with that.
All right.
You cannot hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So it seems like you hearing me 30 seconds later.
Possibly.
I'm hearing everything in a double.
You shouldn't be listening to the you should be listening to the YouTube either through here or through the YouTube channel, but not both.
No, YouTube at my place is muted.
So how are you hearing it double?
Okay, now I found this, where is my fault? Okay. So, this guy is claiming that there is no transgender, and God created only males and females. If we go to the Bible, the new version of it, you'll read that there was Adam, he was a male, and from a male, a woman was created, Eve.
Ah,
right? She wasn't the first woman, by the way, according to the religion, but she was for sure the first transgender because she was created out of a man. Literally, Eve was the first transgender.
Yeah, but
because the first woman,
you're talking.
Which was created was Lilith.
You're referring to a book
in the
of
same way like Adam was.
You're referring.
But this is what Mr. Batman doesn't know.
You are referring to a book of fiction. I might want to remind you when you refer to Adam and Eve and all that. Fiction.
Of course, we are talking about fiction, but I'm just correcting his fiction with the fiction he doesn't know.
Well, fiction is fiction.
Of course. But so in fact, I'm not trying to say, of course, we could just close it and now. Say,
although let's face it, with a preacher like Jim Barber preaching to impressionable young minds, one man's what were we saying? One man's fuck. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, whatever. So when I'm talking to a theist, I'm
one man's fiction. Yeah, one man's fiction is another child's reality.
Yeah. So you cannot argue with a theist when you bring him facts, right? Yeah. You can only argue with him within
the parameters of his own book.
Yes.
Okay. Because without his book, he's fucked. Without, you see, the weird thing is that without the book, there is no God. It's fascinating.
Well,
no book, no God.
Within his book, it's proven that Eve was the first transgender, so he's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Atheism anyway. But Bruce Jennings is still Bruce. Because if you would look at him from a genetic standpoint, from the chromosome standpoint, he's still got the same male chromosomes that he had before. Nothing has changed. Just because you tear up the exterior of the package doesn't change the contents of the package. Just saying. I'm a country boy. I make things as easy as possible. But anyway, stand up for your free speech or you will lose it. Because this is the second time.
So if you look. Stop it. So, what is the difference once again between the chromosomes? Doesn't both have X? Doesn't both have the other one? The difference is just a number of it, right? So, in fact, Eve was changed the appearance and the number of the chromosomes. The chromosomes are still the same.
Hold on, I'm not following you.
Eve was the first transgender. The whole Christian belief they're all transgender. That's why there is nothing, you will not find the word transgender or that being transgender is wrong in the Bible. Why not? Yeah, because God made the first transgender according to the Bible. Right. You will not find any laws about transgenders in the Bible. Why is it?
No. I'm not a studier of the Bible. I've read parts of this epic what is that? Epic. Just call it an epic. Because it spans lots of time and it makes up lots of stories with a historical background. So when people say, "Look, the Bible mentions Nero," or no, can't be Nero. The Bible mentions Domitian, and the Bible mentions Vespasian.
Let's say the Bible mentions some people.
Yeah, the Bible mentions Vespasian specifically. It's kind of was written around that time. Some of it. So historically, it has that background of authenticity. However, the characters, the players, the main players, are all made up against the background of authenticity. It's pretty scammy for the Catholics and the Protestants to actually promote that bullshit today as the truth that they promoted it as back in the Middle Ages and before. Should we carry on,
Yes.
you think?
No. So Petty of Fortune made a great comment in such chat. It's
Yeah.
like getting your science from the Bible is like getting your math
From a Mad magazine.
from a
Yes,
magazine.
well said, Paddy.
Right.
Petty of Furniture. Hold on, I'd like to actually say hello to everybody that's in the side chat. So Ryan Penzic 97, welcome sir. P Ocean Channel 2. I'm really happy to see you in the outside chat. Wesley Curry the second has popped in. Patio Furniture. Whoa, the whole family, all the patio furnitures are here. It's amazing. Thank you for everybody for joining. Carry on with your. Sorry, Pierre.
No, and the thing is, like, the Bible is of course mentioning some people, which were what they know of when it was written, or they heard of them, right? Yeah. But it's the same, like, Spider-Man is true because in these books, real places and real people are mentioned, right? It's the same argument. Therefore, the Bible is true because it's in the same way that Spider-Man is true.
Right.
So getting your science from the Bible is exactly what Petty of Furniture said. Okay. Of Fortune. Not right. Furniture. Oh, okay. So, but let's move on. We have only like, I don't know, 3 minutes of this nonsense left. So
yes, yeah. Not even.
Let's be
not
curious.
Even. Let's move it along. I agree with you.
In about 3 weeks, that Facebook has given me a 24-hour suspension. I'm pretty sure, pretty soon that they're going to probably do away with my account. That's okay. People know how to find me. Shoot, I'm always wearing bright colors and Batman. It's not like you're going to have a hard time finding this old boy. But let's be honest. Why, if homosexuality is good, if it is a normal behavior, then why does it need so much protection?
Okay.
Why are all these so-called tolerant homosexuals?
Stop it. So why it needs protection? Because people like Mr. Batman will try to kill them, to send them to hell, right? Whatever, according to his religion. And this thing is how it started. I wanted to matter when I was not audible. And he started first, his first argument, like, homosexuality is claimed to be natural and this is wrong. No, it's not wrong, because we as humans are the minority on this planet. The most other species there, the biggest part of them are replicating itself in a homosexual way, or at least without being male or female. I forgot the term.
Okay, and what is the sort of inherently bad thing about this that you're mentioning?
No. What I mean,
where's the evil?
The evil there, he's like saying that God.
No, he said nature. Nature shows us that homosexual. Yeah. Okay, where does nature show us the evil?
No, nature shows us exactly the opposite.
Exactly.
Because male and female are just within like mammals, right? But
Mm-hmm.
mammals are by far not the biggest species on this planet. So if you just go by nature, right, we are the minority. We are just funny. If the nature will look at us or all the other species who are on this there,
Mm-hmm.
they are, yeah, male and female is just a new invention. Before that, there was no gender.
Damn.
Every, everything was replicating because it has both sides in itself. I don't know the term in English. I have to look it up. But yeah, so male and female are the minority on this planet for sure.
Got it.
So it cannot be like Mr. Batman says. This is the natural thing. No, it's not. We are unnatural because we have males and females. I mean, I enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a male and I love females, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have fun of it. But him to claim that this is natural and the other stuff is not is absolutely false.
Okay. Understand. I'm with you. Shall we? Shall we march
Yeah,
on?
yeah,
Ah.
So dead set against any negative words or publicity or anything of that nature being said about their perverted behavior. And yes, I said just that, perverted behavior. Anyway, stand up for your free speech or you will lose it. Here on Facebook, on the internet, on the public sidewalk, stand up for it or we lose it. And thanks for the prayers for my dad. I do appreciate it. Keep praying for him because if they don't let him go pretty soon, I'm pretty sure he's going to drive those poor nurses over there crazy. It's a barber thing. Y'all have a great day. May the God of creation, the God of salvation bless you all. You know what I did? I was so trying to get this thing going, I forgot to
yeah. Prayer.
start my video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So there you go. That was a one Christian
Yeah.
hillbilly. Yeah.
Wait. I have to say something about it. I'm
No, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, oh, please pray for my father. Please pray, whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense at all, right? It will
No,
mean that prayer
can
can
change
change
God's
the mind of
mind.
God.
That's
Yeah.
right.
How stupid is that? Right?
Pretty
That's
fucking
what I'm
dark.
saying. We cannot talk like uh, about atheist argument always when we talk to atheists. We have to talk within their
No, they have to come
level
up
of
to our
thinking.
level. I'm sick and tired of stooping to their low intellectual level. My back is getting sore. I need to straighten it and have them elevate themselves up to our level.
And it's funny, Mr. Batman says, compares prayer to free speech.
Yeah,
Right? He's
exactly.
saying, yeah,
He's a dumbass.
everybody can pray. Nobody forbid you that. You have the freedom of religion, idiots. So if you are praying, you are just lucky that the freedom of speech will given you by atheists and the freedom
Mm-hmm.
of religion. Idiot asshole. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm finished.
All right. So what did you want to watch next?
Paddy of Furniture also made a good comment
What did he
again.
say?
He said, yeah, so the people in Ukraine just need to pray harder.
Oh,
But
definitely.
but Paddy of Furniture, those guys are communists. They're all atheists. They don't pray.
So there you go.
No. They are in fact an Orthodox Russian church. So no. They're just praying to the false god. We know it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what else I got here. What's this? one sec. Give me
is dissension. That is a sin.
Okay, and that's a clip from way back when we were all buddies. We'd all sit and hang out, and we'd all disagree with each other, but we wouldn't get all crazy mad and rage quit and overtalk and anything too much. We'd actually all sort of have our rage at each other over the whatever religion or whatever, and then there'd be a quiet period and we'll talk about something else. You know, it was that type of sort of a homely feeling 5 years ago.
Well, yeah, where you just joined to hang out, and you will know there'll be a family even if you hate it, because you
That's
hate
right.
your family, in fact,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah,
Yeah.
play it.
Okay. Well, I still. Oops. Let me just try to catch up here. Hold on a sec. My computer is sputtering. Sputtering.
Sound like a whole lot. But
Aha.
when you take into consideration what the theory
Just remember that we might crash. We might not. Oh, okay. I'm going to take this back to the beginning. I'm going to take it back to the beginning, and I'm going to introduce it like, hold on, let me set it up a little bit better. There we go. Let me make a couple of small adjustments. And when was this from? I believe this is from 2017 as well. So over here. So here we go.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started here and discuss a little bit about how science kills atheism. I think the first thing we need to talk about is the fact that there is
My fault, I clicked on something.
Oh, this might be interesting.
Shit. I'm just going to stop it. Hopefully
Yeah,
it'll
it's
stop.
breaking up
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
time.
I'm going to start it again.
Nice.
until the
It's taking a long time to respond. Okay, so it's off. Just give me one sec. Just give me one moment. One moment, please. Oops. All right, let's try it this way. Take it back to the beginning. And I'm just going to switch the scene here, like that. And then I'm just going to let it run.
Just give me one moment in time.
atheism. I think the
It's
first
still
thing
not.
we need to talk about is the fact that there is something rather than nothing. And that may not sound like a whole lot, but when you take into consideration what the theory of the Big Bang states, and that is at some point in the distant past,
Okay. So as long as you have
that all
problems
time,
with it,
space, and matter
yes, let's just
came
quote
into
Mr.
existence.
Batman.
Now, they would say it
I love
was all
science.
compressed down
I
into a
teach science.
singularity, and that singularity.
I don't know what science is, but I teach science.
You're saying that you can't hear the video?
No, it's just breaking up all over the time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing an error, a YouTube error saying that I'm not getting enough video to maintain smooth. Oh, let me see if I can change the settings. For some smoother video. So sorry, everybody. I'm trying to get some smooth video for you. Smooth. Do better. Oh, and listen to the philosophy of Pio while you wait for me to fix this dang video.
So I've just heard. So what I was able to hear was like Mr. Batman says that science claims that there was nothing before the Big Bang, and suddenly was something there, right? Yeah, Mr. Batman, you are wrong. No scientist is talking about this stuff, my brother. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm Robin. You know, I'm Robin. I'm just rubbing your ass. You are wrong. Right? No scientists claim that there was nothing. So you're an idiot.
Yeah. 35.
It's like I don't know where he's getting it from, right? Because the only nothing which exists is the philosophical nothing, and it's like a concept.
That's why these
Nothing.
theists always go to philosophy to bring evidence from philosophy that their God actually exists, even though you can't in any way, shape, or form detect this invisible, non-existent God. Well, let's try that. I've tried to look for videos.
No! This God exists. It exists in Mr. Batman's mind, and that's the thing.
Yes, indeed. Why?
Right. So yeah, and now we are getting a philosophy. If you think of something, does it exist? If the concept exists in your mind, does it exist or doesn't? Right?
This is the question.
Yeah, it exists in your mind. It's nothing to do with reality. So let's give an example. Let's imagine you took to your body the thing with L and the thing with S and the thing with D, right? You will see some stuff around you which factually is not there. But do they exist then? Can you say, like Peter, who was on the road to Damascus, and he has a vision of something, right? Which is nothing
That's
else
pretty
than being
cool.
on
It's
drugs,
cool,
right?
in terms of being part of a story. It's wow. It's almost like
Right. So
Jesus.
doesn't mean it's real.
No, it's not real, but it's
Part of concept.
quite
You can
well.
make
It's quite well
arguments about
conceived as a
this, right?
story. Don't you think? Has a vision, and everybody on the whole planet kind of says, "Yeah, okay." It's Joseph Smith all the way.
Yes.
When all the Northerners
And don't let. I mean, if you look at it from people taking LSD, right? There is a whole bunch, a big area of art which came into being after this drug was kind of used, right? So it's the same as Christianity, right? You have something, this was a concept, and now people are taking it into reality.
Bastards.
So, yeah. The art is there, but the art is understood a little bit different. It's an expression of your mind or of your feelings. But then it will mean that God is also just a feeling, right? It's not real.
God's a concept, and yeah, a concept can certainly result in emotion.
We can talk about the concept, right?
Right.
Yeah, and we can talk about the concept, but we can still say that it is a concept.
Yes, indeed.
You have to, on the other side, prove it to be real. And this is where the difficulties comes in.
Yeah.
Because all of these guys, they are just saying, oh, it must be true because if you think about that and if you think about that, it must be true. Yeah, or let's be precepts. Let's all be precepts.
Yeah.
But they cannot demonstrate their bullshit. That's the point. They're making assertions or they have ad hoc explanation for something. So they're explaining the facts after they happened. And this is not the science, right? Science has to do something with novel predictions, not with explaining something which is already there, and then you make some arguments or, yeah, you try to explain it. Because there'll be, you can explain everything in a million ways. It doesn't mean that it is true. Right? Like, if I stand up in the morning and go to the toilet and shit, right? For this, I can give you a million explanations. And
Really?
they might be sound. But are they real? Right? I have to demonstrate it.
Yeah. You do?
Because I can also say, yeah, to go to the toilet because the street light on the 37th Street was green. That's why I went to the toilet.
Ah, all right.
Right. And it's stupid. But I can still make this argument. And this is exactly what religion does.
Indeed. Yeah, sure does.
So are you still fixing the stream?
I'm trying to. I still haven't. I'm still getting the error. I'm still getting the error.
I think it's the fault of Bill Posador.
Why?
Just because I say so, right?
Well, the thing is,
explanation from religion.
The thing is, let's face it. The first video we ran was fine. There was no problem. Ah, looks like we've got it back. Okay, we can carry on trying.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we? Let's just do that and try it again from the top.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started here and discuss a little bit about how science kills atheism. I think the first thing we need to talk about is the fact that there is something rather than nothing.
Still nothing.
That may not sound like a whole lot, but when you take into consideration what the theory of the Big Bang states, and that is,
no,
at some
I
point
said
in the distant
I can
past,
see nothing.
That all time, space, and matter came into existence. Now they would say it was all compressed down into a singularity.
The Jesus guy
who's doing singularity exploded. Well, it's still, you've got to deal with all time, space, and matter having a finite beginning in the distant past. This alone is a scientific statement that we were not aware of until the late 1950s. And again, that would be the expansion of the universe, all time, space, and matter having a beginning in time, the Big Bang, so to say, background radiation, all these different things that point to our universe and all time, space, and matter having a beginning. Well,
and let me
right there alone, if something has a beginning,
is anybody else not?
There's called the law of cause and effect. And the law of cause and effect states if something has a beginning, it has to have a cause. Well, now,
so
right there,
on
we've
YouTube,
got
it's
evidence that all time,
running.
space, and
It's
matter
just
had a
not running on
beginning.
my place.
So now, what is the cause of time, space?
So I'm messing it up all for nothing. Well, I thought there was a universal problem, and it seems like there isn't. So, okay, we guess we have to wait for it to catch up again. Yeah, my computer's just slow. Let's just keep the oops, I thought I'd stopped it.
There's always existed. Well, that's off the table because science.
All right. Okay, now don't do anything, everybody. Don't touch your dial. And let's see if we can kind of do this, slip it in quietly.
Science has shown that that's not even tenable anymore. So now we have to deal with the cause. We have to look at the effect to determine what the cause might be. Well, if the effect is matter, then the cause had to be immaterial. It couldn't be matter itself. Matter can't cause matter to come into existence. If the cause, or excuse me, if the effect is time, then the cause had to be outside of time, not subject to time, the creator of time. And if the effect is space, infinite space, and all that is encompassed with that, well, then the creator of that had to be outside of space, infinite, truly infinite, and all powerful to create such a magnificent creation. Not only that, but now you have to deal with where all the intricacies and information come from to make all this creation work together in the clockwork formation that it does. Not just the stellar formation, but our internal workings as well. DNA, RNA, all the different little micro machines that go about making you who you are. They are designed within such a degree of accuracy that the information cannot take an addition or subtraction of a single letter without causing some kind of catastrophic event to the organism. That's just the way it is. So once we look at all this information, that all time, space, and matter had a finite beginning in time, and that because of the law of cause and effect, that the cause had to be timeless, spaceless, immaterial, all-powerful, infinitely intelligent. Right there alone points to the creator God of the universe, the creator that is mentioned only in this way in the Bible. So that alone starts to what I just had to say about how science kills atheism, about how the evidence backs up what the Bible says. As a matter of fact, it always has. Science has finally come around to understanding that the Bible has been correct about in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. They may not call it God, but they now know that there was a beginning. They know that everything was created, but they still can't come to grips with who created. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Look forward to your comments, to your questions, either on the video. Feel free to send me an email. My email address is jim@christianhillbilly.com. If you would like to call me directly to ask a question or have prayer requests or whatever, feel free to give me a call, 502-509-7544. That is the Christian Hillbilly Hotline. And I am looking forward to hearing from you guys again. God bless, and may the God of creation, the God of salvation, bless you
It's
all.
not possible for me to listen to it, Sydney. It seems like it works on YouTube, but not
Yeah,
on
well, I think
my
everybody
side
was hearing it.
when I'm watching.
Anyway, it stopped. So I'm just going to close down that resource.
Yeah, but
And just so you know, everybody's welcome to join. Give you a link. Pio, did we lose you? There you go. Pinned at the top. Pop, pop, pop. Pio left. Pio's back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had real difficulty to watch the video. I've seen that on YouTube it was working.
Yeah. Well,
But
I was getting my feedback from YouTube was everything was working fine.
Yeah. So Bill is here.
Good day, Bill. Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
and he was the reason why I couldn't hear the video. So what is your excuse, Bill?
I got to turn off my Fire Stick first.
So Bill is here.
I'm getting that delay.
I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, just give me a second. Where is it coming from?
From I think it's from you.
Norwegian and Suey.
I got my YouTube open too. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, that's turned off.
Yeah.
That's turned off. It should be nice and peaceful now.
Oh, there we go.
Is it not?
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
It is nice. It's nice and peaceful.
Yeah, I was gonna have a little nap. I wanted to listen to Mr. Batman. Mr. Batman is
Mr. Batman. Mr. Batman.
Batman has almost as soothing a croon as Potangelo, and it helps me in my afternoon nap. I can drift off into a little nappy poo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Either of them. And I wake up fresh and youthful and beardless.
Did you shave to the rest of it? Like close
No,
shave?
I haven't done. That's why I got the dim lighting. But
No,
I got to go out in public here in a few days, so I'm going to have to do it before I leave the house.
Oh, you are already in public.
Cyberpunk. Gotcha.
The real deal, public. Don't be confused.
Like real breathing, warm human beings.
Wet smog and dust.
Oh yeah.
Not the surrogates of Mr. Batman or something, right?
Well, that shit's 2 years, 3 years. Cyber.
Five.
Unreal. 5 fucking years.
And he still spews the same nonsense.
He does. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if you can't tell if it's broke or not, then fuck it.
Unfucking believable. What am I looking for?
What is it? It's Wednesday, isn't it? This is the hump day?
Is it
No,
Wednesday?
I'm looking for something specific, but I
It's
don't
either
know what
Tuesday
it
or
is.
Wednesday. Okay, you guys go. Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday,
Uh,
yeah.
I got so much distress has hit.
at my place it's Thursday already.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, will you stop
Yeah.
that? Why should you be better than us? Do you think you're better than us because you're Thursday?
No, it just shows that some of the religions are not true.
Because it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I might diverse, but in Islam, God comes at a particular time every day down to hear the prayer, right?
Really?
And if the time is different everywhere, will mean that the time he is coming down is all over the planet. So it's not only one specific time. He has like come down every time at a different place.
Oh,
Right.
right.
So he's busy all the time, just listening. Not
So,
only one time.
so it's like Australia and Europe against Sydney Winston because of the time difference.
Oh, Bill, I never saw your cat before.
He's taking pictures of the cat, or either that, or he's doing something laser to it.
I'm just doing it. It's romance lighting.
Oh, I
Is
thought
the
it
cat
was
purring?
I thought it was like Jesus light therapy.
Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, this room is available right now to everybody who has the link. Hint, hint. The link is at the top of your chat.
Get in, get to it.
Yeah, it's also in the description. It's everywhere. Ah, I heard my feedback. So
She's old.
Is that how the cat consumes its needed daily nutrition through light?
No, she's a Purina treats cruncher. She lives on cat treats mostly. She got some good chompers on her. She crunches them up real good. Let's see. We also got the liquid stuff. You know, you ever fed your pets the liquid stuff? The little tubes. This is not the liquid stuff. This is the little Purina. We can feed the world with this shit.
This is the hard stuff.
Yeah. It's got the catnip in it. She only gets one of these a day. It's a little tube.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's a little tube, and they just go wild over this shit.
And did you ever read what ingredients of this stuff is?
Oh, I don't care. They don't live very long anyway. These cats.
So,
When you know you're gonna have to put it down someday.
yeah.
That's part of the deal.
So, do you think your cat will go to Jesus?
No. Cat will go to Jesus.
He'll go to
That's the funny stuff.
Jesus.
That's the funny stuff in the religions, right? That animals have no soul; they are lost.
Yeah. But they are conscious and they are sentient. They're self-aware.
Not according to religions. Not according to religions.
That's because the religions are ignorant fuckers. They don't know science.
So we know from the Bible, for example, that the animals just are there to be ruled by humans.
They're here to serve.
Yes. So in fact, every vegetarian is going against the Bible.
It's called portion-controlled servings. I've always wondered whether the pets think are you raising them to eat them, to plump them up and eat them, or do they think that they're eventually going to turn into you? That they're like your children, and that they're going to become big humans, and they're just hanging out. I don't know what goes on in their little minds.
So there are also other religions who are thinking when you kill your enemy and eat a part of it, like, or if you like eat a part of a lion or whatever, a leopard or whatever, his strength will get into you.
Always
Right?
eat the brain, yes.
Um,
But it is true that when you eat certain body organs from other sources, that it does help yours. If you eat kidneys, beef
not too
kidneys,
much, not too much of that.
but it does set you take advantage of it in your own metabolism.
Liver get iron, right?
Liver helps your liver. Um,
So dick whales from a whale helps your dick too, right?
yeah, I was just wondering what eating clit dishes would be. You get no place to go. No place to go.
So you mean if I'll eat my cat, I have two of them, right? It would help my vision in the night, my night vision.
You said make your tongue rough. Your tongue will feel like sandpaper.
It's because I'm old. It's all I feel like that.
Just silly conversation. Bunch of boring.
No. We are talking about religions, right? What they're believing in.
How long can you talk about religion if you don't believe in something? How long do you have to keep going at it? Well, we're trying to get people to tune in, right, and bicker with us. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we want to
that's the
have
idea, yeah.
I want to say my favorite line to some theist. I just live for that. And then they come in that's doing the same thing. It has to be something outside of something. It can't be anything else. It has to be something. Time must be created by something outside of time. It can't be any other way. Therefore, God. And the seasons go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. I don't think it's the
Thank
right
you.
time.
That was wonderful.
It's
Thank you
not
very
the right
much.
time of day or the right time of week.
Thank you very much for that.
Let's see. Can you hear my amp?
Wow, Epiphone. I have a guitar from Epiphone too. Yoo-hoo.
Can you hear the amplifier though? The sound of the guitar?
No, you
No.
have it's like a half acoustic guitar you have. I have Epiphone Western guitar.
This is a venerable Sheraton 2 designed for John Lee Hooker originally.
Yeah.
But it's got everything on it. For years, it's been the best-selling guitar. In the middle or lower tiers, like $600 you should get these for, and they've got this mother of pearl, exquisite inlay. It's got. I thought it was bound. Yeah, the neck has got the neck has binding, and it's got gold hardware. You see them I've had 4 of these. They're so fucking beautiful, and they started out there like $600. Now they're up to about $800. But that's still, such a deal.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's beautiful, yeah. It's just they really make these well, and they still do. Epiphone is a good deal.
So I'll like can you see my picture?
Oh, yeah, so Strat, is that a Strat copy?
Yeah, that's in the middle is a bass.
The bass.
Right. Let me.
In the middle of the wall.
Yes, and the one in the red one is it's called Echo. Echo, whatever is it? It's an Italian brand, but this guitar is over 30 years old. And the last one you cannot see. It's something else. I forgot.
That large dark object is blocking it.
Yeah, this fucking. No. Right? This one? It's
Hey, it is. It's too dark, so I can't really see it.
but it's also says Epiphone on that. Fuck it. But I don't know what it is. But I still have another one, a Western guitar, which is sure from Epiphone. Yeah. This is the only thing what I was trying to show.
The mystery man came over. He said I was out of sight. Said for a nominal service charge, I could reach Nirvana tonight. Can you hear the licks? You can't hear the licks? That's cosmic.
We can
No,
hear
no,
them.
we can.
I can hear
We
them.
can hear it.
I gotta hook it up. I'll hook it up for another broadcast sometime. I'll put on a real show. I gotta top that beard shaving.
Mhm.
And I'll sing you a version of Cosmic Debris by Frank Zappa.
No.
Hey,
You know,
no copyright infringement,
oh yeah?
please.
At least you play it so bad that YouTube will not recognize it.
No.
Yeah, just play it loudly and then charge you for it. Say it's an original.
Play it
No,
backwards, so there's like satanic stuff in it.
Yeah. Can you play it in reverse so we can get some Christians? No, we can't hear the licks.
I know. They look good though. Let me see. I played a gig. I've only played like one or two live gigs back in 1980. We had a band called the Ultra Sapiens.
Whoa.
And we got a job in one gig, the New River. That's north of Phoenix, Arizona. The New River. They have a nudist colony. We
Whoa.
played the nudist colony. The Ultra Sapiens played the nudist colony.
Were you nude at playing it too?
Not at first, but we had the fucking crowd came up and took our clothes from us. But I had a nice big guitar. I wouldn't have needed a big guitar. I could have covered up my shame with a ukulele.
Oh, it's not about the size, it's about the taste.
It's about the tone. It's the timbre. It's not the pitch, it's the timbre.
Yeah. That's fun. In 1980s, I had also like 5 bands. No, 4. I'm sorry.
Well, I learned from that experience of that when you're going down the freeway in Arizona, if there's an RV heading north from Phoenix, chances are like 1 or 2 and 5 that the people inside are naked. It's, we pull up to this nudist colony and it's just full of all these RVs, and it's families. We're talking families, teenage daughters, and not real old mothers and fathers. Just your little family, little nuclear family, and they're all in the above. And I never seen such a thing, nor have I since. I'm not really big on going to news colonies.
So yeah, I'm living in Germany. Nude speeches are like the usual stuff. Everybody's bored about that, right?
Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, I've got relatives in Europe and got a European influence in my life because I'm first generation American on my maternal side and second generation American on my paternal side.
So you were like there in 1410 when America was discovered?
No, first generation. So on my mom's side, I'm the first U.S. born generation. She came from Europe after the war.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. I just make a joke about that because you said I'm the first generation birth. So I thought, yeah, I was there when America was discovered.
So near native, I should braid my hair. That's an engine.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous of your hair, right? Because I had to, I'm bald now, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I clean up real good, but I don't do it often, but I clean up all right. Or so far. Haven't done it in a while, so who knows, next time I try. A lot of gray come in there, but it'll fluff out and it'll, you use, this is the look. There's the look. That's
Frank Zappa.
Yeah, I
Looks
was a big Zappa fan. This is me, 1980.
Yeah.
So, who'd have thought? Oh, there we go. Big old
Somebody can play some scales.
Practice. I haven't warmed up in so long.
But it's funny, you're playing in a half acoustic guitar. So why are you not playing like a real e-guitar or a real acoustic guitar? Why do you prefer this one?
Well, this is pretty. The neck is delicious. I spent a lot of time, many years, on this size neck, so
Yeah.
I'm starting to stiffen up with age. But it's the claw. We call it the claw in the guitar. I call it the claw, where you can throw your hand into different. You can really go fast, and you hit the different chord shapes, right?
Can you show me from the like and see how thick this arm the arm is? Or
The neck, you mean?
yeah. Okay. Nice.
It's a nice.
Yeah.
And it's a flat neck. It's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
The fretboard the radius is a 12. I've been meaning to speak to those flat earthers about fretboard radius. You know about fretboard radius, don't you?
No, explain it to me.
Well, the fretboard, you've got to determine the flatness of the fretboard. They like 12-inch fretboard radius, as opposed to if it's a 7.5, like the old Fenders, it curves a little bit. You can tell it's curving, and the strings move out a little bit, but it's comfortable to play. But a 12-inch fretboard radius seems to be just perfectly flat, really flat. So how they determine the radius is, why they call it that is you construct a circle with a 12-inch radius. So it'd be 24 inches across, right? But then you take a compass 12 inches, you draw a circle, and then the arc at the perimeter, let's say your fretboard is 5 inches wide, or it's 3 inches wide, okay? So you draw a right angle, a line across it, and you cut your neck. If it's straight, you cut your neck that way, and you've got a 3-inch section of an arc of the perimeter of a 12-inch radius circle, right? So the difference between if you do it with a 7.5-inch circle and it's a 3-inch, you do a 3-inch section of it to form the fretboard surface, you can visibly curves, okay? So now let's look at the Earth, and you say that's a 22,000-mile radius. It's a 22,000-mile radius, right? So of course it would look flat. What would be the ratio of a 3.5-inch on a fretboard from a 12-inch radius circle to, like, say, a 30-mile arc of the perimeter of the Earth, when it's got how many miles is it to the center of the Earth? Is it 9,000 or something? 12,000?
You have to ask me in kilometers because I'm not familiar with the.
Yeah. Well, it's the same deal. If you realize that the problem with the flat earthers is they just don't think in scale. They're completely incapable of thinking in scale.
Because they have no scale, because they will say that land goes forever, right? So it's just not discovered. So you don't have like middle of the earth or whatever, or you can measure anything. It's just at some point all the governments are just saying you are not allowed to pass that. So you don't know, in fact, how big it is.
But I know I'm just hoping there's a lot of flat earthers who enjoy playing guitars and know about fretboard radius and how big the difference is between the 7.5-inch curvature and a 12-inch radius curvature. Seems so flat, and it'd be very easy to be on a round thing called the Earth and have a huge swath of it seem to be flat, as far as the same ratio as to what they do with fretboards. And if I really took my time and phrased that properly, wrote it down so it makes sense, and possibly came up with illustrations, it could be an interesting 5 minutes. When you bend that string,
Yes.
if you got a it's if it was a Gibson, it would be. It's an Epiphone. It's called a Sheraton tube.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the
But,
330.
but Epiphone is is a daughter company of Gibson.
A sister company, I think.
Sister or whatever, right? It's the same company. It's just
like Ford and GM. But it's big. There's something called a 339, which is like this, but it's got a smaller body here, so it's a little easier for people to hold. This is not particularly comfortable to hold because it's so big.
But who cares as long as you can play it, right? And
it's got such sustains. I wish you could hear it. I got myself a nice over here. I got a box.
The only thing I will ask you, boss, oh no, you have boss stuff, boss amp. But I want you to give me a favor because I cannot see the on the neck, whatever. Can you make a close up? Because I want to see how the a little bit higher. Okay. A little bit higher. No, not this one. Not this one. I just want to see what's is on the. Because I see like squares and a square, and there is like a triangle in it.
I'm not sure what you're saying. You talking about this here?
Yeah. No. Get a bit lower. There. This one.
It's called a trapezoid mother of pearl fret marker. It's just a square of mother of pearl. Usually they're small little dots, but this baby's got.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that. See all that. What else is it good about? It's got the F holes. No, they're not. I thought these were had binding, but the binding here is 3. You got black and cream and black again. The binding on the body. Check that out. It's just real nice. It's real nice. It was like $650 with a case, hard shell case.
And for how long you own this guitar? Because it looks in a pretty good shape.
Yeah, I got this one in about 2017 or 18. I've had I bought my first one. Oh goddamn! I can't remember now. Can't remember. The 90s maybe, 90s or early 2000s. I've had black ones. I've had 2 black ones and 3 blonde ones. Yeah. And then a brown with a goatee. Okay, enough of this. Yes.
So
my other station, music creation station's right over here. You can see that Strat. Can't really see it.
The
Can't
red
see
one. The red
yeah,
one.
there's a red strap behind the chair, and it's sitting right in front of a Fender X,
Fuck.
a Mustang 100 XTC or something. They're all,
Well, you have on the right, a little bit to right, on the blue one on the wall. The blue one on the wall.
that's a PRS Custom 20 SE Custom 24 in whale blue.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, that one I never really liked it that much. Mainly because the scale is a little different, and my hands don't work very well with the fretboard, and it's not that comfortable for me to play. And I'm just getting older, so if I'd gotten it long ago, I would have been better off. But my hands are starting to cramp up a little bit and starting to limit what I can do. So, it's really important to get each string to ring if you want. You have to, that claw, I was talking about the claw before, you have to have a claw ready, right, the right angles to the space in the string so you don't get buzz on the frets and things, and that one doesn't quite work because it's kind of in between all the Gibsons and Epiphones I played over the years and the Fenders. It's right in between, kind of. So the guy thought he was being clever, but it doesn't work for me. So I could unload that probably, buy a computer, send it up to Canada.
Yeah, give it to Sydney so he can better make better streams.
Yeah. And then in the back room, I got my Epiphone acoustic, which is just a $200 guitar, and I've had it for years, and it just sounds great, and it plays great, and never had any problems with it. And it's just a little $200 black with a plug you can plug in. It's got a pickup inside of it, but it just sounds fun. It sounds wonderful. It records nicely. And then I got a Schecter Telecaster, which I
So, yeah.
is looking like it's a Pete Townshend Diamond series.
Yeah.
But
So it is only one pickup. I'm right about that.
no, it's got two.
Oh, so I'm wrong.
Well, some of them do have this one, but this one has two. It's got a P90 up front, and in the back, it's got the Telecaster slanted single coil. But I could do to let that one go too. I just don't like playing it that much. It doesn't.
If I think of Stratocaster Synco, I'm always think of Dire Straits, kind of. I don't know why.
Mark Knopfler, sure.
Yeah.
Or Eric Clapton. And I was always a Frank Zappa fan, so I was into SGs and Gibsons, humbuckers.
But if you say Gibson SG, so I'm an AC/DC fan, right? And Angus Young plays the Gibson SG, right?
And a guy who's he used to be with the Allman Brothers band. He's this child of one of the original members, and he's a real great guitarist now. And he plays at SG.
Yeah.
And then in his later years, Zappa played a lot of nice Les Pauls, and then he had that phase, and then his final years he was playing a Strat, a monster Strat. It's really, really nice.
So Les Paul, I think, always okay. Maybe because we have there might be some years difference between each others, right? So whenever, me and you. So whenever you say this guitar was played by this guy, I always think of another guy, right? So if you say Les Paul, I
Slash.
think, no, not of Slash. No, Slash is the new guy.
Dickie Betts, Allman Brothers. What do you think about Les Pauls? Jimmy Page?
No, I think of Kiss.
Oh yeah, okay. Ace Frehley, I think.
Yes.
I didn't listen to them. I couldn't get into that makeup stuff.
So I hated this band because I was an AC/DC fan, right? And I used to go to town and have fights with Kiss fans, right? So stupid. But once I get into the concert of Kiss, and it was, let's say, 20 years ago or something, right? They were already old, right?
Yeah.
But it was one of the concerts I can really remember. When Gene Simmons was lifted 20 meters over the scene and played God of Thunder spitting the blood. The song is really boring and all this stuff is boring, but I cannot forget it. It was great.
We have those tunes that stick in our heads and that defines where we come from. They're playing our song, but our song is from the 70s. Our song is not from the 90s.
Oh, it does mean. I mean, I like Led Zeppelin much more than Kiss or something, right?
Yeah.
Because I can value the art behind it or the how they were good at it, what they're doing. For me, Kiss is just a boy band who pretend to be a hard rock band, but it might be a boy band, right?
Well,
But
Kiss never had anything that really challenged me. It was just all marketing and it was packaging and all that stuff, and it wasn't particularly real. All they sing about was juvenile teen angst, as far as I know, because I never really listened to them, and they didn't do anything really interesting. They weren't very virtuoso.
yeah.
Instruments.
Stupid music.
It's just,
As I told you, I hate them. In fact,
yeah. Yeah, so if I was listening to Zappa all times, you know, I didn't. That's one of the reasons I didn't like Foreigner. I didn't like AC/DC. I didn't really like listening to them. I appreciate them a little more now. Well, I haven't
yeah.
listened to that much, but they get going. But Foreigner was one of those bands like Toto. Uh,
Foreigner, I loved. I love Foreigner.
Hmm.
So the thing about ACDC, so ACDC, when everybody's talking about, is talking about ACDC right now, and if you would listen to Bon Scott's, when Bon Scott was the singer, right?
Yeah,
They have a variety of songs.
yeah,
They wouldn't sound like the same, since the new quote unquote new singer who is since 40 years there, right?
yeah.
They're making all the same song
Well, yeah.
every time, but it's still good, right? But this is what. But before that, they had like a variety of sounds and songs, and so it was quite different. But of course, it was still like the straightforward. Let's play 4/4 rhythm and make some rock and roll guitar to it, right? Some
Yeah.
riffs.
Well, you get habituated to your own creativity. So you start doing the stuff over again, and you've heard it before, and so naturally the whole passion level of it goes down. It's still probably competent, and they got the formula as far as mixing it and making it snap, crackle, and pop. But it's basically you as a listener, you get habituated to it as well. So yeah, that's the way it is with all that kind of music. Zappa, I never got habituated to though. He always
Right.
kept reinventing himself and reinventing the people around him and going up. He could come from anywhere, and it was always risky, and it paid off so many times, so often. So I've always been a fan.
And this was the difference, like what I would say, like back then, or at least when those kind of music was created. So whenever there was a record label, right? Um, making contracts with bands. They were not interested in of continuing the same shit. They were interested in something new or unconventional, whatever, right? Today it's just about, oh, this guy sounds like everybody else, and just some new effects to it, and we can sell it just because he's young or whatever, right?
Yeah, our whole way of consuming it now is just so integrated into our lifestyle. We're doing something else. It's just not the same vibe. Me getting involved in the music scene like that, and there's so much of it out there.